that we
case,
do
the
this every
National
week.
Security Council threw its weight on the position of the AGF and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, and the Court of Appeal only discharged Nnamdi Kanu. That the Court of Appeal only discharged Nnamdi Kanu, but did not acquit him of the charge for which he was facing trial. Help us make sense of these legalese.
Well, as at yesterday, the certified true copy of the Court of Appeal judgment had not been released. When it is released, I expect that everything will be made clear. If the court will make a consequential order, we will also know. Everything will be clear to us in black and white. I'm sure that the Attorney General and his minders, as well as many people and the government, did not expect that judgment. And because they did not expect it, it is now that they are scrambling to find a way to hold on to Nnamdi Kanu. But the facts of the case was clear. And as I said on Journalist Hangout yesterday, jurisdiction is everything when it comes to matters like this. A court cannot illegally assume jurisdiction over a matter. If it goes ahead over a matter that it has no jurisdiction to entertain, whatever it does, a superior court will set it aside. So what the appeal court, the three appeal court judges, and they were unanimous in taking that decision. What they were saying, the point that they were making was, look, in the course of the trial, the Nigerian authorities or the prosecution did not mention how they brought Kanu to Nigeria. And it is important to mention how he got to Nigeria, because the court will then ask whether the procedures were followed. That's talking about the international conventions guiding extradition of people, as well as the Extradition Act itself. If the offenses for which Nnamdi Kanu was put to trial were committed outside of our country, then no court in Nigeria can assume jurisdiction over his trial. There are examples that I can point at. When the former Attorney General of the Federation, Andoka, decided to sue Sahara Reporters. Sahara Reporters has its headquarters in the US. Andoka lost that case on the basis of jurisdiction, because Sahara Reporters was publishing his stuff from the US. So it's a US court that can assume jurisdiction on the matter. So he couldn't punish Sowore and his Sahara Reporters on the basis of jurisdiction. There was also the matter of Nnamdi Kanu buying a transmitter, installing this transmitter somewhere in Ehiala, Anambra State. As far as Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers are concerned, if that constituted an offense, then the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja does not have jurisdiction over a matter that originated from Anambra State. So this whole thing collapsed on the basis of jurisdiction, in my view. Of course, the manner of his rendition, the manner in which he was brought to our country, the forcible manner in which he was brought to our country contravenes the law. There are certain steps that have to be taken before you can bring a man into another country for trial. There has to be an extradition trial. There was no extradition trial. So whatever trial, whatever case you come up against him, since you did not follow the due process in bringing him here, and since you did not even disclose where those offenses were committed, broadcasting into our country and all that, inciting people to violence, yes, it was bad enough. It was irresponsible to be calling our people to take up arms against one another, to take up arms against government. It was irresponsible. Some of the broadcasts that Nnamdi Kanu made, but those broadcasts were made outside our country. So, on the matter of his rendition, the manner of his rendition, the appeal court clearly affirmed that his rights were breached and that due process was not followed. And this is the reason the federal government lost this case. Now, we are told that they are going to decide his fate soon, that they are going to hold on to him and most likely file a new charge. I would have expected that if this matter did not succeed, that the Attorney General's office will have prepared a separate charge. Perhaps they were confident, because even the manner in which they dismissed the UN report that told the authorities to release Nnamdi Kanu with immediate effect and pay him compensation, the way it was dismissed suggested that the Attorney General and his minders were quite sure that they would get something out of this trial. But as we have seen, the appeal court has declared all of the efforts of the trial court a nullity. In fact, the remaining 7 charges against him were thrown away by the appeal court. So it remains to be seen now what exactly government will do